Probably just gonna do a short video today. I don't really feel like recording anything. But underneath here, on the transmission, this is the reverse plug to tell your reverse lights to turn on. And you can see there's two posts that it has to go to. Hold on. Okay, it has to go right there. This has to go on there, and it's like worn out. So my neighbor was so kind enough. Okay. My neighbor was kind enough to give me his old harness off of his Mustang. And all it is just two wires. So I'm gonna cut this off, and I'm gonna solder this new connector on. Yeah, you can tell that this one's bored out. The holes are way bigger than what that is, and it should work perfectly fine. I want to try to show you. See, it's like barely even on there. Yeah, it doesn't even really want to go on. With the new one, come on. But with the new one on there, it's on there snug. It's not gonna, but with the new one on there, it's not gonna come off. It's on there pretty good. So I'm just gonna do what I said I was gonna do, and hopefully, yeah, see, look, it don't even want to come off. So that's good. On this one, I kind of want to give myself a little bit of extra wire, so I'm going to peel this back and probably cut it right here. So the wires are two different colors, but you can kind of tell what's going to be what. The black with the pink is going to be the ground. And I think this is purple with orange is going to be power. Alright, I got the wire ready. I'm just waiting for the soldering iron to... Alright, I got the wires ready. I'm just waiting for that to heat up, and then these are already stripped, ready to go. So when that's ready to rock, I'm gonna put them on. All right, this is a good time to show what happens when your wire is dirty. Let me see if I can't zoom in. So it doesn't want to stick at all to the wire. It just goobers up. It's really hard to get it to go all the way around. So what I'm gonna do is just cut it off and then clean the wire and then resolder it. You could take just a regular Scotch-Brite pad and take it to the ends of the wires and clean them up real good. If anything, these wires need to be cleaned up first. If I can get it to focus, you'll see that they're much cleaner. All right, the ground didn't really want to take it, but the positive did. I know that wire's looking crazy, I forgot to cut it, but they're good. I'm gonna tape it and throw it on and see if it works. Can't forget this little guy. Throw that on. All right, everything is hooked up, connected. Let's see if it works. Oh, come on. All right. Moment of truth. It works. Sweet. I started messing with the... Oh, Jesus Christ. Oh my God. I started messing with the brakes because right now I don't have any rear brakes. So I was looking at everything and it shouldn't be that color. And I came and took my cap off, took the little boot out, and you can see that it's very nasty. I'm just gonna take one of these and try to clean it up as best I can. Hit this with some brake cleaner, try to get all this corrosion out of there, and clean this up too. Give everything a nice cleaning, and then I'm gonna try to bleed the system, put some fresh fluid in there, and then completely drain it all the way through, get all that nasty fluid out of the front. And then since I only have front brakes, I would only have to bleed the left and the right to get all the fluid out of the lines completely until this is flowing out. If you know, brake fluid's clear, so I got it cleaned as best as I can get it so far. I mean, I'm not gonna go super crazy with it, but it's a lot cleaner than it was before. I'm not gonna really clean the top. It doesn't need to be cleaned on the top, but yeah. And now it looks like this. Put the gasket in there. This was all nasty, rust all over the rubber, so I had to clean that up too. But yeah, that should be fine. So I cleaned that out. There's a bunch of stuff swirling around in there. I don't know if I want to drain this one. I don't have a tool to like suck it out, so I'm just gonna stick a rag in there. Yeah, you can see how dirty it's in there. I want to assume that cleaning the cap would be the easy fix, but I don't know. I'm gonna have to dig deeper. I want to put fresh fluid in there and bleed it all out. I mean, that's what's gonna be going through the lines, trying to stop the car, you know what I'm saying? So hopefully cleaning this out, putting fresh fluid, bleeding it all, fingers crossed that fresh fluid comes out through there, and that'll go to my rear. Yeah, now it's looking super clean, super nice. So I'm gonna put some fresh fluid in here. I'm gonna take the wheels off, and then I'm gonna crack the bleeders on the front and the rear. I mean the front and the right, and I'm gonna bleed out whatever's in here. You can see that that's clear, and that's really not clear. So I'm gonna do the other side right now, get all the old fluid out, and just keep cycling it through until clean fluid comes through. And then also, this is still dry, so we'll have to figure that out as well. A couple hours later, I took out the block from here, from the master, and I took out, oh, I lost it. I took this out from here. This goes to the, from the master, and then right under there is for the rear brakes, and then this hole gets plugged up with this. But hold on. But as you can see, it's pretty nasty in there, so I'm gonna clean it up and then see if I can't get this to flow properly. I haven't recorded in a couple days. I messed my hand up. My nail's gone, so I've been kind of just like taking it easy on my hand. The only thing that I've really been doing was trying to figure out the brakes for this car. Like, I've messed my hand up, but now that I can't work on it, I mean I can, it's just I gotta be very careful. But now this drum has fluid going to it. This is the farthest drum from the master cylinder, so if this has got fluid to it, then that's a really good sign. I'm gonna be able to pass my emissions for the brakes at least. And the problem that I have right now is that my exhaust setup, I don't have cats. It has to be made in 1975 or earlier, and since my car's an 84, it's exempt from that, so I have to pass emissions, and I need this cat right here. So right now I'm basically taking off the exhaust of the black car, because that exhaust right after the headers, they custom made it so it's literally one unit. So from about right here, from right here all the way to the tailpipes, it's one unit. It's not even bolted or anything. So I can't even use this cat with my exhaust unless I have a shop cut it off, weld this on, and then I'm gonna have to have this cut off again when I pass emissions, and then have my old setup welded back on. Versus if I just take off this whole setup, these long tubes will bolt to this, and the rest of the exhaust will bolt straight to the back of this, no problem, since it's unequal length. Mine is equal length, everything's straight to the tailpipe, so I cannot utilize that setup right now. And my biggest fear, hold on, my biggest fear was these bolts. They look a little crusty. Let me see. On the outside, they look very crusty. You'd think that they'd snap, but the threads are really nice on them. So I'll be able to take the headers off, no problem. I'm gonna have to lift the motor up out of the car to get the passenger side to come out. I would only have to do these 6 bolts right here and then take off the ones that are in the engine bay, and those ones are gonna be probably the hardest because they are Allen keys. I hate Allen keys. They're terrible. I don't know why they were ever designed or created. But these ones over here, these ones are hex bolts. I like them. These are really nice. You could put a socket over them. Yeah. I'm gonna see how far I can get with this. I already know that the brakes are figured out. I'm by myself right now, so I don't have nobody to help me bleed them. But when I have somebody to bleed them with me, that's an easy fix. That was free. All I had to do is just take off the distribution block, clean it out, and go from there. Now fluid is flowing freely to the rears. So yeah, let me do something. I got almost all the header bolts out on this side. I only have 2 in the back, and then yeah, I only have the 2 in the back on this side. I haven't even touched that side yet. I'm just trying to think of what I want to do first, try to strategize. I don't even really feel like working on any of the cars right now, to be honest with you. But at the end of the day, these cars ain't gonna take apart themselves, so I'm thinking I'm gonna take the exhaust apart from the rear and do the tailpipes first and then go on from there, because I already got the header off. The header's probably gonna be the hardest part to get out, at least for this side. I don't know, the passenger side shouldn't be too hard. This side, you can see that little rod that's going through right here that my shadow's covering. That's the steering shaft, so I'm gonna have to disconnect the steering shaft from the steering column, which should be just 1 nut right there. Disconnect that. When this is free from the X pipe, I should be able to jangle this and get it free. So honestly, taking the exhaust off of this car shouldn't be that big of a deal. I'm just kind of being about it, you know. Plus my hand's a little, it doesn't hurt, but it's just super uncomfortable. I can't put pressure on it, and yeah, I don't have a nail. I don't know if you want to see it, but yeah, it's kind of gross. This car, the only issue that I'm gonna have is I really don't want to have to drain the coolant. Like, for example, let me see if I can. I mean, you could already tell there is not enough room for these headers to come out. I'm gonna have to take this coil out of the way. I'm gonna have to move this out of the way. I'm gonna have to lift the whole entire motor up just for this to clear. I think it doesn't want to clear on the bottom part right down here. It doesn't want to clear, let me see, right here. This tube right here doesn't want to clear with the starter and the bell housing and stuff, so I have to lift it up. And the only concern that I'm gonna have is how much travel do I have for these pipes, for that, and then also for this. That's the only thing that I'm worried about, really, to be honest. This and this, I can take this, I can just zip tie, take this shroud off, so this will come up with the motor, because my fan, with the car in the air, I'm kind of looking at seeing how, I'm trying to see how this would work. Looking at the hangers, my hanger's different. And then also right here, I don't have this. I have like the U-clips that go over the exhaust. This hanger might be in the way because I don't even have this on my setup. The exhaust doesn't hang anywhere else but right here, and then right there, and then it bolts to the headers. Yeah, and I don't see any other, so it only gets hung right here. And both of the hangers are different. I'm gonna try to figure it out to make it work for my setup. But enough for the yapping. I'm gonna try to get this off. My setup is completely different, but you could see the factory hanger. So that's good. That's a good sign. The only thing I can't see, I can't get under there. I don't know if the camera can see it. that's the kind of clamp that I have for this side. It might not get clamped right there. It might only get clamped from the rear. But I'll figure something out. I'll zip tie it to the chassis if I have to, just to get it to pass the emissions. Got the tailpipes off. The best part about working on a car that's been garage kept for over 20 years is that the bolts come off so easily. Like I was explaining with these header bolts, on the outside, they've been exposed to the elements, but the threads themselves are fine. Like they did not give me a struggle. I didn't have to and then bang my hand on something, you know. They came off real easy. Hopefully this side is the same and I could pull this header out no problem. I got this one completely disconnected down there. I just don't know how I'm gonna get this out. The only thing I could think of is if I put the jack stands on the frame rails and then let the rear end drop down some more so I can get some more clearance. That's the next morning. I didn't really do too much after I got that muffler kind of out. The exhaust is disconnected completely right here. These bolts are out. I just have to get the X pipe bolts off of the header. I have to take the 2 bolts that I left on the driver's side, and then I haven't even touched the passenger side bolts yet. I got the car jacked up on the rear end, so I'm gonna have to put it on the frame rails, drop the rear end so the mufflers can come out from under it. I think I did enough procrastinating. I'm gonna make me some chocolate milk, and then I'm gonna get to it. I hate to be that neighbor, but okay. That's okay. A little more. Okay. Oh, bingo. That's the money shot right there. Making so much noise. I got it switched. I got the exhaust. I got the rear end to hang. So that should be plenty of room. All right, I got about this far. And I concluded I have to take the drive shaft out. So I want to take a smoke break. This is how a man washes his hands. All right, that was not fun, but it's out. I had to take the drive shaft out. I don't even want to take this one out right now, but I'm gonna try to get this one out as quick as possible. Get the X pipe taken off, and then I gotta pull the headers, and I'm done with the black car. All right, so I got the mufflers out. So now what I'm gonna do is just take off the X pipe from the headers. It's the 2 bolts here and the 2 bolts over there. And then take the headers out. I got most of everything taken off. They're cleaner in the carburetor. So I'm just gonna, you see how it's flat? I'm gonna put it through, put a washer and put a bolt. All I need to do is just lift the motor up a little bit so I can get clearance for the passenger header to clear. And I think I'll be fine with that, but honestly, I think I'm gonna put the rear wheels on and move the, I should have enough space right here. Let's see. Something like this. And then all I have to do is just take the motor mount bolt out from underneath. On both sides, it's just one big bolt. One big
nut on the back of it.
And then I can start pumping the motor up. So I got the header off completely from the collector and the head. So Yeah, that's not good. Yeah, so, and as you can see, I gotta get this disconnected from right there. That's just that bolt. This is the steering column right here, and then it goes into your steering shaft. So it's just one bolt and the nut on the back side of it, and that'll be free, and I'll pull this unit out. I kind of wanted to avoid taking the steering wheel out, but that's out of the way now. Now the sun is right on me, but now this shaft is free, so I'm gonna see if I can't fish these headers through there. Many hours later, many curse words later, I got the headers out. So now, oh my God, I'm hoping I don't deal with the same issues trying to get these out as I was with that one, because dude, you see what I had to go through for this one. Yoke is like, help me. All right, the last time I recorded was at 1 o'clock. It's now 4 in the afternoon. I broke my brake line trying to get that header out. I got this one bolted in, got my steering shaft through it. I got this header completely all the way through. I just need to bolt it up. The only thing that I'm thinking is I'm gonna have to drop the rear end, which I don't care about. I'll do that tomorrow, because today's Saturday, tomorrow's Sunday. I'll drop the rear end to get this exhaust out of the way. But my main concern was trying to get the Mac exhaust set up with the Cat to mount up. I just wanted to get the headers on so I can drop my motor down. The brake should be easy to do. I already checked. I have fluid coming to this bleeder right there. So this is the farthest drum from the master cylinder, and I just have to make this line. This is for the rear, so I have to just remake that. That's not a big deal, but hopefully when I remake this line, it creates the pressure, because I had a really hard time mounting this line. So if I have to take this off and then rebend a new line and do a new crimp on this and a new crimp on that. So hopefully when I put it back, I'll have fluid in the rear, because it took me I had to remount this brake line a couple times for the pressure to flow all the way through. So yeah, let me finish putting this side. Let me put the gasket on. I'm gonna try to drop the motor down. I gotta put my carburetor back on. I gotta put the coil back in the car. Hopefully I can get everything buttoned up for the orange car today. For the black car, I'm just gonna leave it like this. It sits in the garage. I'm just gonna leave the exhaust ports open. If anything, I'm just gonna stuff paper towels in there. It doesn't really need to be covered that much. And then obviously the throttle body is always gonna be closed, so I don't have to reattach the cold air kit. I don't have to reattach the cold air kit right now. So all right, so now it's like 6 o'clock. I got the motor back in the car. Everything's buttoned up. The car starts. Yeah. So right now everything's put together, just in the engine bay. This is the original setup. Got to get rid of this. Put those cats right there. Those cats got to go right here. The only problem I'm having is they have the long tubes. This one and this one, they got to get squeezed together for the cats to fit, and that's where I'm gonna stop for today, because I've literally been out here since like 6 in the morning. But I got everything buttoned up. Clutch cable is fine, fuel lines are fine. The only annoying part about this is that I have to drop the whole rear end to get these through. What I think I'm gonna do is take off the lowers and take off the struts and the quads, and then literally the rear end is gonna come out. It's only gonna be connected by these uppers, but the uppers, they can swivel up and down, so when I drop it, they're gonna swivel down like that. But I'm probably gonna stop right now and clean everything up, because I haven't ate anything and I've been up since 5 a.m. So I'm probably gonna pick back up tomorrow, and we'll see what happens tomorrow. It's been like a couple days. It just keeps raining. I haven't done anything for the exhaust right now. I need to get a something to cover this, something to plug that up for the cat. But other than that, that's the only thing that I would need to do. I still haven't gotten the exhaust out from underneath because, like I said, it's been raining. But I think I'm gonna end the video here. It's been, like I said, it's been a couple of days, and I just want to get the video out there. And I do all this on my phone, so my phone is taking up a lot of the storage, keeping that video on my phone like that. So So yeah, I'm just gonna end the video here, and I'm gonna pick back up when I finish the exhaust completely. I'll just completely do it when I get the car back on the ground and everything, and I get a plate on it, and go from there. Then for this car right here, I just got the invoice for this car being rebuilt, the black one. So I'm gonna send that through, and then hopefully they can send the fuel pump back to me quickly. The fuel pump's supposed to go like back here. So when I get that fuel pump, we're gonna put it in this car. We're gonna try to start it. But yeah, I know this video is really long. I don't know if you would like that or not. I know in the beginning of the video, I was like, oh, I'm just gonna record a short video, but that was probably like 2 weeks ago, I'm not gonna lie. So if you like longer videos, let me know. It definitely takes a lot longer for me to record over a course of a couple of days and then also edit it all up. It takes me probably about like 2 hours to upload the video. But yeah, it's worth it, to be honest, because I do rewatch my videos all the time. I don't know why. I thought it would be kind of cringy to rewatch me like talking to a camera, but it's actually not. I kind of really like watching my own video. So me personally, I would prefer to make a really long video, but again, it just takes a long time for it to get out there. Yeah, I hope you enjoyed watching it, and I'm gonna try to get another video out as soon as possible, so hopefully the wait isn't that long. But yeah, thanks for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one.